Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan here, back for another video. Today I have the long awaited review of the Creator 3-in-1 pirate ship. This set retails for £89.99 and has 1,264 pieces in it. In this review I'll only be covering the actual pirate ship and not either of the other two builds. If you guys want to see reviews of those other sets though, smash that like button and let me know in the comments. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so as usual, let's take a look at the figures first. First of all, we got this little guy. Pretty much a standard pirate figure, really. He's got two of the nice silver flint-knock pistols. Bit of back printing too. I think this is the same torso that comes in the Pirates of Barracuda base set as well. And on his head. Unfortunately, he does have double printing on his face, but we can look past that. Next up, we've got this guy. He's got a telescope and a cutlass there. Again, the same torso I think that's found in the Pirates of Barracuda base set. Nice bit of back printing, and thankfully he has no face on the back, which I love. Great figure. Next up, we've got the captain of the crew, I suppose. He's got a really nice torso here. I don't think I've seen this one before. He's got the silver peg leg, double cutlasses, the gold shoulder pieces, and of course back printing and no double printing on his face as well. A really nice figure. You could either use this guy within the Pirates of Barracuda Bay pirate crew, or you kind of use him as like an opposing pirate. And finally for the figures, we've got a little skeleton boy.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight.
He's an updated version of the skeleton with the nice new curved arms, so he can actually hold a cutlass and a pistol if he wants to. The set comes with a treasure chest as well. Lots of little goodies in here. So you've got two of the green gems, two of the red gems, and then for some reason you kind of got these gold coins, but they're just kind of like golden studs. It would be really nice to actually get some golden coins in here, but you know, that's a very minor complaint. Here we've got a very nice shark build. You can open and close his mouth, you can move around his fins, just like that, as well as his tail. All of the connectors are all ball connectors as well, you can see here. So it's very flexible and movable. It's a nice little build here, very cool and unique. A bit different from the usual shark piece we normally get. We've also got a little parrot build as well. This is quite a nice simple little build. Very nice colours, it looks good. And because of the connectors at the bottom, it can stand on any stud anywhere, which is quite cool. So very useful for kind of standing on the side of the ship or something. Just like this. And finally for the accessories, we've got two cannons. Now these cannons have slightly different wheels than the ones we're used to. These wheels are really cool to be fair. It's just a bit of a shame that they're different to the Barracuda base set ones, because it would have been nice to add one of these cannons to the Barracuda base set cannons, to have a set of 4. Usually we have cannons like this one, with these little grey wheels. This is an example cannon that I have in my collection. This is like the Barracuda base set ones. This isn't included in the set, you only get 2 cannons in this set. So we'll start by taking a look at the front of the ship. The first thing you'll see is a really nice mermaid build at the front. Originally you think it's going to be a minifigure, but on closer inspection you can see it's actually just completely made of pieces, which is really cool. A nice bright, vibrant, colourful start to the ship. You can see here you have a sail that can turn. That is one of the gripes I have about this set. Pretty much all of the sails on the ship, they all turn very easily, which I'm not a big fan of. But anyway, we go towards the front of the ship when you've got really nice curved pieces at the front. Obviously you can lower down the anchor by twisting this. Just like that. A simple little mechanism that always works. I like this little underpass area here. It looks really good, with a couple of windows at the sides as well. If you go above the underpass, you've got a little lookout area, I suppose. It's at the perfect height, it's just beneath the sails, and so if you have a figure here, they can kind of look underneath the sails and look out at the front of the ship. Really cool. Here you've kind of got the main deck of the ship, but oddly enough, there's a massive hole in the middle of it. Now originally I wasn't sure about this decision, but upon actually getting the set, I really appreciate this decision now. It makes accessing the lower deck so much easier, even if it does mean that you can't do anything on the top deck in this big section. I find that it really adds a nice bit of depth to the ship, which is really cool. Obviously in the middle there you can see you've got some cannonballs for the cannons, and you can fit the cannons in nicely on those studs like this. Just like that. Obviously there's space for 4 cannons in here, but you only get 2 in the set. So if you wanted to, you can take 2 of the cannons from the Pirates of Barracuda base set and put them in here. I tested it with the cannons with grey wheels as well, and they do fit in there. As you can see, fits like a charm. There's a little bit of space to either side of the cannons where you can store some things. Unfortunately, the Technic bricks here are kind of exposed, but that's alright. This definitely adds a lot of options as well with this set. If you wanted to remove 2 of the cannons in here, you could have half of it as more like a seating area for some pirates if you wanted to. It's a nice kind of blank canvas approach to it, which I really like. If you go around there, you can see there's a barrel. That's actually not put in there on the instructions, it's more given as a spare, but I thought it looked good there. And now we can go up these stairs to the area where you would control the ship. This is quite interesting because it's not a normal wheel for a ship. It's very difficult to make figures actually grab onto this by the way it's placed with the stud locations, but that's not too big a thing. What I really like about this platform up here is that you can actually see it's slightly slanted. I think that really adds something to the whole design of the ship, makes it kind of a bit more rugged, because these are pirate ships, you know, they're not meant to be too polished. So yeah, I really like that. At the back here, you've got a couple of lanterns, And on the other side of the sail, you can see it's kind of got a mini skull and crossbones on this back sail. Now we can take a look at my favourite part of the build, the captain's quarters. It has a really nice feature here where you can slide open these sides to access it, like so. I think that makes it so much easier to access the captain's quarters, when traditionally the only way normally is to go through the top there, which also opens as well. When you've got all the sides of it open, you can see how easy it is to access the captain's quarters, and it becomes nice and bright and airy in there, which is really cool. You can see within it, you've got a little chair for the captain to sit on, just with a single stud, so he connects to it very loosely, which is nice, so it's easy to pull off. You've got a map there, a cup, a little candlestick, I suppose, and a quill. Not massive amount of detail in there, but it's really nice and cozy, and most importantly, very easy to access. I love the crimson red design of the captain's quarters. I think it looks really cool and sleek. And at the back here, you can see you've got some golden windows you can open as well, or close if you want to. Of course, every ship's got to have a rudder, and this one's no different. Just a nice, easy turning rudder. Of course, in order to access captain's quarters from above, you need to move this up, and in order to do that, you need to move this sail back here, because normally it should be out here. And obviously here, this ain't gonna work. So you can slide this to the side and do it like that. The studded areas for the cannons are also perfect to hide a treasure chest down there as well. Of course, here are the infamous sails made of bricks. Very controversial. I'm a huge fan of it. The nice skull and crossbones design there looks really good, I think. You've got a nice little crow's nest up there as well. And you have exactly the same sails on the second tier, just without the skull and crossbones design on them. This sail here also has no design on it either. My biggest gripe about this set is how easily the sails turn. Even whilst doing this review, I'm constantly turning these sails back and forth. Quite annoying, but it's easy to fix. You can see here that this is how they connect. So you could easily replace that with something that's more solid and won't allow any turning. Same with this one up here. And that is mirrored on the second half as well. Finally, a quick shout out to these pieces here. They're kind of like rubbery, but really nice pieces. They're at exactly the perfect height for this as well, so they're nice and taut. It definitely really helps give the impression that you're on a pirate ship. And that right there is the LEGO Creator 3-in-1 pirate ship. Overall, I would give this set a 9.5 out of 10. I absolutely love this set. The only reason I've given it a 9.5 instead of a 10 out of 10 is due to two tiny things. Number one, I would have loved a couple more figures. For a set that costs £90, you'd expect to get more than just 3 pirates for the crew. I think 4 or 5 would have been more appropriate for this set, but if, like me, you already own the Pirates of Barracuda base set, that shouldn't really be too much of an issue. These guys will just fit nicely into the other pirate crew. And the second tiny gripe I have with this set is the fact that the sails twist very easily. Often when you've got your hands in there and you're moving figures around on the deck, you'll accidentally move the sails one way or the other. It can be quite annoying, but that's a very easy fix though. You can just do a bit of DIY to slightly change the connection between the sails and the masts.
Just to make those sails feel extra stable.
For £90, this set is really good value. You get a great looking pirate ship and a small pirate crew for half the price of the Pirates of Barracuda base set. It's definitely a new kind of ship that we haven't seen before, in the way that the entire midsection of the ship is just completely open. It makes it really nice and easy to access the lower deck. I'm a huge fan of this feature. So yeah, if you guys have £90 laying around, I'd heavily advise you getting this set. It's really good. And not only that, it goes perfectly with the Pirates of Barracuda base ship, as well as the Ninjago Destiny's Bounty. Let the naval warfare commence. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thanks again for sticking around, even when my uploads recently haven't been too consistent. I'm hoping they'll go back to normal fairly soon. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.